Welcome everybody to this recording of round 4 between your Ventura County Buccaneers of the Pro-Am League and the Biscuits of San Bernardino. The Buccaneers are coming off of a close victory against these Biscuits in which they won 5-4, looking to get first place in their league as we get close to playoff time. And going over some lineups for the Biscuits, who are 2-1 on this Buccaneers team. Battery mate, we have Seth Fox. He will be throwing to David Loera. Isaac Quintanilla will be playing first. Caleb Kim at second. Clay Porter at short. And Yvonne Williams at third. In the outfield, you'll have Aaron Klopfenstein in left, Braden France in center, and Jake Brown in right field. And Adam will be doing double duty today, so as soon as he announces who will be batting first, I will hand the mic over to him to announce who is the rest of the lineup. But batting first for the Buccaneers, I will tell you, is going to be Robert Pitts, playing center field today. He comes into today's game batting 182. He has 3 runs on 4 hits with 2 singles, 2 doubles, and a triple, and comes in with 2 RBIs. He'll lead things off as the Buccaneers are designated to be the road team today.
Now batting number 5, Robert Pitts.
And Adam, why don't you give us the rest of the lineup for the Bucks?
Yeah, so the rest of the lineup today, and we should mention that the Bucks will be the visitors here today due to the game getting moved here at LA Valley College. So the rest of the lineup for your Bucks is batting second, wearing number 18, is Tucker Panarisi, playing second base. Batting third, number 20, and playing third base, Brody Romero. Batting fourth, number 26, and playing designated hitter, number 26, Troy May. Batting fifth, number 32, Carson Panarisi, playing first base. Batting sixth, number 13, Alex Olvera, extra hitting. Batting seventh, and in left, Elvis Park. Batting eighth, number 4, and in right, Colin Bell. Batting 9 and playing shortstop, number 14, Zach Mora. And batting 10th, wearing number 29, and catching, Dominic Cervantes.
Thank you, Adam. As Robert Pitts grounds out to shortstop, Clay Porter able to make the play, and 1 is out for Tucker Panarisi. Tucker Panarisi playing second today, comes in with 289 batting average, as he also has a few RBIs on the season. As Tucker Panarisi looking to add to his 10 RBI total, he sees ball number 1. And he grounds this softly to third, as Yvonne Williams tried to make a play on it, but it goes foul.
Yeah, Bucks trying to get going here as they're the away team. We know they don't always get off to super fast starts, but they're hoping to do so here today. As we here on recording, hopefully we'll be making sure that the video can capture what is going on the field, but they will be facing this Biscuits team, and as we've seen so far through the first 3 games, all 3 of them have been extremely competitive, and they're trying to build off of what was a fantastic game and a sensational finish in holding off the Biscuits on Tuesday, winning 5-4.
As there's a fly ball to center field, Braden France is underneath it, and 2 are out now, and it'll be up to Brody Romero to try to extend this top of the first inning. So yeah, after Sprinkler Gate at San Bernardino, Bobby said we're not going back to that field.
Yeah, and either Chaffee College, where I think the game was supposed to be played here today, but Dave and I are very fortunate that it's not there. Saves us a little bit of a commute, and we're happy to be here at LA Valley College, which is crazy, David. It's the last home game here at LA Valley College, at least for now. There are some talks in the works of a doubleheader possibly getting moved here, which I would be super delighted if that was the case. But for now, the last home game.
As there's a drive into Right field, that's going to drop fair. Rounding first is Romero, and he has himself a standing 2-out double. So Romero continues his absolute hot streak, as he has definitely been the hottest bat for this Bucks team. Batting .393, if you can believe that, and has a solid 17 RBIs and 4 home runs. So the beat goes on for Brody Romero.
The beat really does go on for Brody Romero. He continues to produce in basically every single offensive category, leading his Bucks, and he gets another extra base hit, a 2-out rally possibly here in the first, and just a great start for him to get going because he's been struggling just a tad. I mean, it's still Brody Romero, so we know he's going to hit around 400, but he has been not in his normal self, so it's good to see him go the other way especially and hit it down that right field line for an extra base hit.
And now Carson Panarisi will step up to the plate. Him, Andrew Sharp, Brody Romero, and Matthew Leiterman are the only Bucks players that have hit home runs. So we know that Panarisi, Carson, can show some power. Oh, and May has also hit a home run as well. As we got our updated stats right in front of us, as trying to go back and forth looking at the stats while we get you informed on every player. Here's the pitch, and that'll be grounded to short, where it'll be picked up by Porter on to first, and so the 2-out double doesn't amount to anything, as Seth Fox is able to get out of this top of the first inning, and his Biscuits will be up to bat. And we'll have that all for you right here on this recording. You are watching the Ventura County Buccaneers of the Pro-Am League, and Joshua Doyle will be taking the mound. Welcome everybody to the bottom of the first inning, where the Biscuits will step up to the plate. They will be facing Joshua Doyle. Joshua Doyle comes into today's game having a record of 0-0. This is just his second start of the season. He has 10 strikeouts to 13 walks. So Joshua Doyle, he's going to want to work on his command today as he gets the second start of the season. As he grounds this one sharply to first, where it can be picked up by Carson Panarisi, but the error is committed, and off to second goes Braden France. And Adam, why don't you announce the next batter, and I'll hand the mic over to you.
Now batting number 2, Clay Porter.
And Adam, what exactly unfolded on that error right there? Because it looked to be like a routine play for Carson.
Yeah, it was just a difficult hop that he bobbled for a second. Still had time to make the throw over to first, but the flip was high, and so the ball got away from the pitcher and Doyle trying to cover the bag. And the Biscuits will try to take advantage of that, getting that free pass to second base on the E3, and we'll see if they can strike first here today.
Thank you very much, Adam. And the battery mate today will be Doyle, as mentioned, and he'll be throwing the balls and strikes to Dominic Cervantes. Then you have Carson Panarisi at first, Tucker Panarisi at second, Zach Mora is at short, and Barodi Romero at the corner and third, where he lives. And then you got Elvis Park in left field, Robert Pitts in center, and Colin Bell in right field. So Braden France is aboard at second, courtesy of the E3. And now it is Clay Porter up to bat, as quickly the count is even at 1-1. As he takes a few looks back at second, and that's going to bounce in. Good block from Cervantes, as the count is now 2-1. As we mentioned, the strikeout to walk ratio for Doyle is 10 strikeouts to 13 walks, so command is going to be key for him to work on, as this is his second start of the season.
Yeah, we've seen him come out in the bullpen most starts or most outings. He just has to throw strikes here today and, try to focus on getting some batters out at a time. Not a crucial game. The crucial game will be that doubleheader on Sunday in Long Beach, but they would obviously like to have the season series tie against the Biscuits.
As 3-1 is the count to Porter, and the pitch, and that's going to bounce away from Cervantes. It's ball 4, so off to third goes France, and Porter is aboard courtesy of the free pass.
Now batting number 19, Jake Brown.
And now that'll bring up Jake Brown. Nobody out, runners at the corners, so big opportunity for the Biscuits to strike first.
Yeah, and they haven't gotten an official hit here in the scorebook yet. They have a walk and an error with the runners at the corners, and it brings up Jake Brown. On Tuesday, you saw Jake Brown deliver a 2-run bomb.
As this one's going to be flied into left field, Elvis Park has got it. Tagging up is France, and there will be no play at the plate, and that will be the first run of the game for the Biscuits, as they are on the board courtesy of the sac fly from Jake Brown. Porter stays at first, and we've seen that quite a bit in this league. Teams getting their first run before they get their first hit.
Yeah, we've seen that quite a bit here so far this year. Biscuits taking advantage of the miscue by the Bucks early on in this game, and in this unique circumstance where they're the home team, even though they're not on their home field, they're trying to take advantage and get it. This would be a very nice season series victory, the only team to do so far in the Pro-Am League. If they were able to come out victorious here today, they almost had Tuesday's game. So very competitive team, and a team that the Bucks could see in the first round of the playoffs, which is only now 8 days away, as it will probably be getting going for them on Friday, July 21st.
Yeah, crazy to think about how we're that close to playoff season. 2-0 the count to David Loera, the catcher. Now make it 3-0. As once again Doyle, struggling to find his command, as he now falls behind 3-0. As mentioned, he does have the 14 walks on the season. 3-0 is the count. Porter is at first, and the pitch had the green light to go, but that will be fouled away and land near the Buccaneer dugout to make the count 3-1. So David Loera playing catcher today, as he played catcher for all 9 innings on Tuesday, and got to give major props to him playing catcher in this heat. Here is the 3-1 pitch. Runner goes, and that will be fouled away. Quickly make the count full. Going back to first will be Porter. And correction, this is Wyatt Duncan at the plate. So Wyatt Duncan has himself a full count with 1 out. Has Porter at first. One thing to mention too about Jake Brown, he continues to stay hot. He had that home run as there's a hit into center field, and Pitts has got it, and that'll be 2 away. So once Adam announces David Leora's name, I'll hand the mic to him.
Now batting number 21, David Loera.
So yeah, Jake Brown stays hot. Had that 2-run homer and had a couple of RBIs on Tuesday, and he continues his RBI streak.
Yeah, obviously has a lot of power in that bat. Always scary to face him in the order, and he knows how to get the ball in the air and deliver it with some mileage on the baseball. And, you know, he's the perfect guy you want up at the plate in key situations with runners on, and we saw his pop on Tuesday, and he does his job so far in the first to get the Biscuits in front, and now David will have a chance to add on to this lead as the runner goes to second.
Yeah, so Clay Porter has second base stolen without a throw, and the count is 1-0 to Loera. Doyle sets, and the pitch. And that breaking ball makes its way into the strike zone for strike 1. So 1-1, your count now. Anyways, as I was saying, major props to David Loera as he played catcher for all 9 innings on Tuesday, and now he's playing catcher today, as this one is softly hit where Romero plays it on the run and throws a pitch a little bit low, but nothing Carson Panarisi can't handle, and that will end the inning, but not before the Biscuits take a 1-0 lead without a hit. Keep it right here. You are watching this recording of the Ventura County Buccaneers of the Pro-Am League right here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates.
Now batting number 32, Carson Panarisi.
Welcome back, everybody, as we've reached the top of the second inning. Carson Panarisi will lead things off. And want to give a shout out to a few players that are going to be playing in Alaska. It's going to be a huge opportunity for them, as MLB scouts will be there from all the teams in the Alaska League, or so we thought, but they're still getting a chance to play in Alaska, which will be really cool, as Panarisi flies this one to center field, where Braden France can camp out underneath it and make the play on it. But
Now
players going to Alaska
Alex
are
Olvera.
Moses Escobedo, Alex Olvera, who steps up to the plate, Andrew Sharp, Stephen Murray, Zach Mora, Matthew Leiterman, and Brody Romero. So for Alex Olvera and those aforementioned players, that's going to be a fantastic experience for them.
It is, and the question will become, how many games will they miss for the Bucks here? As the doubleheader will be on Sunday against the Long Beach Legends, which, David, we've talked about, that is probably going to determine the #1 seed. So very important to know when they actually leave. Maybe they're leaving Sunday night and they could play at least in the first game. We'll have to see and get that information to you probably on Sunday when we're there. But also something to keep in mind is when will they come back during the postseason. But regardless, it's a great opportunity for their baseball careers.
As Alex Olvera is going to take second base on a throwing error from Caleb Kim. So that's going to be an E2. That's going to be an E4 for Olvera, and he'll gladly make his way over to second base. And now Elvis Park has a chance to tie this thing up, as he now has a runner in scoring position with 1 out, as Caleb Kim maybe was trying to get a bit too ahead of himself as he threw that ball way far away, and Isaac Quintanilla could not have gotten there.
Yeah, so we've now seen a couple errors each by these teams so far. We'll see if the Bucks can make the Biscuits pay with their error like the Biscuits did in the previous bottom of the first inning to get things started, and getting Olvera into scoring position with only 1 out. So a good chance for Elvis Park to get a big-time hit. Obviously, we haven't seen him that much as of late, but a good chance to get right back into the thick of things and get his team tied up in this ball game with a base knock right now.
Yeah, Elvis Park was at Houston. I think he was actually thinking about going to the University of Houston, as now they have Olvera in a pickle between second and third, and they'll apply the tag to him, and that's going to be an out right there. And that was a good heads-up play from David Loera to get Olvera trying to steal third.
Great play. You get the runner out in scoring position. Now you got nobody on, 2 outs. Totally different scenario. You know, in those instances, either as the base runner, you got to for sure go head down and just deal with what's going to happen, or you just go back and don't go originally. That's the worst thing you can do, is try to get yourself caught in no man's land and into a pickle right there. And the Biscuits take full advantage, and they execute a nice pickle on that play.
2-1 now the count, as Park fouls this one back. Fox set, and the left-hander delivers, and he gets Park to swing and miss at that pitch. Little information on Park, batting .293 coming into today's game. It's a .293 batting average, and here's the 2-2. And that froze him like a man in North Dakota on a January day, as ending the inning is Fox on a backwards K, and that's got to feel pretty good for Seth Fox.
Has to feel good. 2 innings of scoreless baseball. Gets out of the error with some help from his defense. Bucks don't score in the bottom or the top of the second. We head to the bottom of the second. You're watching the Ventura County Bucks of the Pro-Am League here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates on this recording. We'll be back for the bottom of the second right after this.
And playing third base, #1, Stephen Murray.
Welcome back, everybody, as we've reached the bottom of the second inning, as the Biscuits are the designated home team. This game was originally scheduled to be at Chaffee College, but they must be having field issues over there, and Bobby said there's no way we're going back to San Bernardino after Sprinkler Gate, and that's why the Biscuits are the home team here at LA Valley.
Yes, that is why that they are the home team in the Biscuits. Glad we are here, though. Have some changes to get to you, as looks like Williams gets plunked, and David will give you those changes as I have to announce.
As Yvonne Williams gets
Now batting
plunked.
number 26, Aaron Klopfenstein.
And now that'll bring up Aaron Klopfenstein with a runner at first and nobody out. And coming into play third base is Stephen Murray. So we're hoping that there's nothing wrong with Romero. Hopefully he's not injured, as Klopfenstein lines this one to second, where Tucker Panarisi's got it. And then he tries to throw to second, even though Williams was clearly back at first. And that was an unnecessary throw from Panarisi, as Williams was already back. But they're saying the play was dead, and so Williams has to go right back to first. So no error will be committed from Tucker.
That just makes the batter automatically out. That's right. If he dropped it on purpose, that makes the batter automatically out.
Okay, so what happened was Tucker dropped the ball on purpose, but they ruled an infield fly. And now Caleb Kim will step up to the plate.
Now batting number 27, Caleb Kim.
And Adam, why don't you explain?
And in left field, Brandon Whiting.
And why don't you explain what just happened there?
So I think Panarisi tried to purposely drop the ball to make the runner go on the play, but because of that, they ruled the hitter automatically out. And so basically nothing really happened on that play. He caught the ball, 1 out, man on first, and you go from there. So nothing really came of that play.
As there's a strike to Caleb Kim, and the count is now quickly 0-2 with 1 out. Williams is still at first base, as Brandon Whiting is also in left field. There's a high pitch pickoff attempt from Cervantes, but Williams is back in time. First time we've seen Stephen Murray playing third base this year, usually playing shortstop. And the 1-2 is swung on and missed, but getting the stolen base is Williams, and he'll motor on his way to third, and that throw goes into the dugout, and Williams on a stolen base is home, and that's another run for the Biscuits.
It is how it's scored. He gets credit for a stolen base.
So we'll get credit for the stolen base.
Error on the catcher for a bad throw to get to third.
Error will be on the catcher.
And an error on center field for a bad throw to third.
And an error on center field. So that's 2 errors in 1 play, but now they're saying, even though there's only 2 outs, now they're saying that there was interference, and Ron's gonna get us. Rana is gonna get us some official word on what just happened.
Yeah, as we know in the Pro-Am Summer League, we see things that we've never seen happen, and it looks like there must have been an
So the umpire is going to talk to Ron to see what the scoring was.
We're getting the official ruling right now, as our scorekeeper Ron will let us know.
Batter struck out with strike 3. Yes.
Strike 3 on the
and
K.
The runner's out because interference by the batter.
Gotcha. And so on the swing, it was called interference on the batter, which makes the rule that the runner is automatically out for the 3rd out in the inning. That's a huge break for the Bucks, and to the demise of the Biscuits, and Kim making a double whammy there. Big oopsie that you do not want to commit. So he causes his team 2 outs, basically a double play in himself. So with all that, we head to the top of the 3rd. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. Your Ventura Bucks of the Pro-Am League will be coming to bat here on this recording in the top of the 3rd right out.
Welcome back, everybody, as it is a 1-0 game in favor of the Biscuits and not a 2-0 as we thought, as Colin Bell will step up to the plate now. Bucks trail it 1-0. So the first pitch to Colin is in there for strike one. And here's the second pitch from Fox. And that is a ball for ball number one. Let's get you some numbers on Colin Bell. He is batting .286 with 15 runs, 14 hits, 11 singles, 2 doubles, 1 triple, and 8 RBIs. So it's a little number for you for Colin Bell. And the count is now 1-2. So 1-2 is the count to Colin Bell as the left-hander Seth Fox sets, and the 1-2 pitch will remain 1-2 as the count as he fouls that one off. So Colin Bell playing right field as he usually does. Usually very busy out in the right field as we see a lot of pitches hit to right field. Remember back in the days of Little League, you stick your worst player in right field because the ball would never get hit there. There's one that's flied into the infield, and Seth Fox runs onto the first baseline to make the play for out number one, and that'll now bring up Zach Mora.
Now batting number 14, Zach Mora.
So Zach Mora steps up to the plate, and Adam, so just so everybody's caught up here, it is 1-0, right?
Yes, the score is 1-0. We've seen a lot of interesting and unique things happen here, and the Bucks trying to come back just down a run as they got helped out by the interference call in the bottom half of the second. With the bottom of the order right now, and I feel bad for our scorekeeper, as a lot of weird things have happened in this game, and it's not an easy job.
What's going to happen is, don't, people might get pissed off, but I might have to reset the game. That's not letting me.
Sounds good. Well, you can't tell at home, but our score might have to get reset and start over again. But our score right now is 1-0 Biscuits in front. We'll see if the Bucks can get the bats going here on this very hot day from LA Valley.
As there's a nice curveball from Fox that will make it strike two. 1-2 is your count. Zach Mora batting a solid .300 right now, and he has 7 RBIs, and now that he will have another hit as that will as a nice 2-out single for Zach Mora. And now Dominic Cervantes will step up to the plate.
Right now,
Now batting number 29, Dominic Cervantes.
So catcher Dominic Cervantes will step up to the plate. He's only played in 4 games so far, as he's still a newcomer, as that pitch will get away from Loera, and off to second base goes Zach Mora, as it is ball one. So Cervantes has been a solid addition, good extra catcher behind the plate, as, you know, kind of what this Bucks team, they were looking for some help behind the plate. And off to third goes Mora on a hit-and-run situation, but that's going to be caught by Klopfenstein, and he'll make the throw all the way to second to double them up.
great play right there on the 7-4 double play to end the inning. And again, the Biscuits defense doing a little shining right now as it's hot and the sun is shedding down on them productively as they pick up another big defensive play and get out of the top of the third inning. So Bucks are trailing 1-0. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and your Ventura County Bucks of the Pro-Am League will be hitting the field on defense when we come back as we head to the bottom of the third right after this.
Welcome back, everybody. We've reached the bottom of the third inning. The Biscuits lead it by a score of 1-0. And Isaac Quintanilla will step up to the plate, playing first base as he did on Tuesday. And Adam, why don't you give those numbers? How did Quintanilla do on Tuesday?
Isaac on Tuesday had a tough day at the plate, going 0 for 3 officially with a couple strikeouts, a ground out, and a walk back in the second inning. He was in a similar spot in the batting order. He was 8th on Tuesday, now 9th here today. So he's going to look to get the bat going here and get his first hit from LA Valley College here in his second appearance and try to help ignite the start here in the bottom of the third for the Biscuits as they lead 1-0.
1-1 the count to Quintanilla. Back on the mound is Doyle. And the pitch will bounce into the chest protector of Cervantes to make the count 2-1. Joshua Doyle trying to get back into the swing of things. Got it to end off the... He ended off the second inning with a strikeout, which was initially out number 2, and then the interference from Yvonne Williams, or actually interference that Kim caused, allowing Yvonne Williams to make it home, allowed him to come around, and that made it out number 3. 3-1 the count to Quintanilla. As you mentioned, Doyle trying to find his command, currently, and the 3-1 pitch will be swung on and missed, and that will make the count full. So full count now is on the plate. Doyle looks at the signs with Quintanilla, and the payoff pitch is bounced into the dirt, looked more like a cricket pitch, and so Quintanilla is aboard with a leadoff walk, and that'll now bring up extra hitter Tommy Hernandez.
Now batting number 17, Tommy Hernandez.
Good start for the Biscuits to begin the bottom of the third inning with a leadoff walk for Isaac, and they will go back to the top of the order in Braden France, who is on deck. And we've seen the Biscuits' top of the order do wonders. It's the bottom of the order that will be looking to get going here in Game 4 of this series and Game 2 in this little series back-to-back that these teams have had. And right now the Biscuits are, backs against the wall. They've really been struggling as of late, and they're falling in the standings, and they could even fall out as much as not even making the postseason. So they know how important this game is as the season stretch is winding down, and they're going to try to beat these Bucks here today, and we've seen them do it before. So it's a very talented squad, but they're going to have to come up with some big plays.
As the 2-0 pitch is fouled away, Stephen Murray looks to see if he can make a play on it, but it goes out of play, and that'll make the count 2-1. So yes, Brody Romero started out at third, and Elvis Park started out in left, but Stephen Murray replaced Romero, and Whiting replaced Park, as I did see Park leave the game in shorts, as the count is now 3-1 to Tommy Hernandez. Tommy Hernandez usually switches over with Quintanilla at first base and extra hitter. Starting out as the extra hitter today is Hernandez. And Doyle will take a few steps off. Getting his lead is Quintanilla. And the 3-1 pitch is lined up the middle, and that will bounce in front of Robert Pitts. And that will be a single, and back to the top of the lineup we go with Braden France.
Now batting number 25, Braden France.
And that is also the first hit for the Biscuits.
First hit for the Biscuits. They put the first 2 runners on here in the bottom of the third inning, and now they have something really cooking in the oven right now as they got 2 on, nobody out. Top of the order, Braden France at the plate, reached on that error and came around and scored. Let's see what the Biscuits can do now at the top of the order.
As the first pitch is a ball to France, who showed bunt, trying to play the small ball, maybe do a suicide squeeze. So 1-0 the count. Quintanilla at second, Hernandez at first, and the pitch, unable to check his swing, was France, and that will even up the count at 1-1. Some more stats on Joshua Doyle. He's played in only 5 games this year. I feel like we've seen him in more than just 5 games. This is his second start of the season. And he is now in his 16th inning of work, as he had pitched 13 innings prior to the start of this game. 2-1 is the count to France. As Doyle sets, and the right-hander delivers. And checking his swing that time was France. And that'll now make the count 3-1. Clay Porter is on deck, as the Biscuits are trying to load them up with nobody out. Here is the 3-1 pitch. And that's low and away in the dirt. And as Ozzy Osbourne would say, all aboard, as the bases are loaded with nobody out for Clay Porter.
Now batting number 2, Clay Porter.
Biscuits have it going on here in this bottom of the third. Everywhere you look, you got Biscuits at third, second, and first. Hernandez, Quintanilla, and France now making it hard for Doyle out there on the mound. And right in the perfect spot of the order for the Biscuits in Clay Porter in the 2-hole with their best hitter and most powerful hitter on deck. So Biscuits have what they want going on, but as we saw last game, it's about getting that big-time hit with the runners in scoring position, and they will have opportunities here in this bottom of the third.
Yes, what ultimately ended up cost the Biscuits on Tuesday was their inability to get things going with runners in scoring position, but a bases-loaded situation with nobody out. But we've seen pitchers get out of this situation before. Let's see what Doyle can do, as he'll have to go through Clay Porter first. But the first pitch to Porter is a ball, and that'll make the count 1-0. Quintanilla at third, Hernandez at second, France at first, nobody out, as Doyle has already thrown 3 walks through the third inning. That one will be skied into foul territory, and that will even it up at 1-1. Good chase after it was Carson Panarisi, but he would not have been, unless he was the Flash, there was no way he was getting to that foul ball. So 1-1 the count, bases still loaded. Doyle takes a long look at Cervantes' glove as they find a pitch they agree on. And the 1-1 pitch is way outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count now. Bases loaded, nobody out. 2-1 your count. And Doyle sets, and the right-hander delivers the 2-1 pitch. And that's swung on and missed for strike 2. So 2-2 the count. If Doyle can get Porter to strike out, that would be a huge strikeout and maybe possibly bring up a chance at a double play. Because when the bases are loaded, strikeouts are what you need the most, because it doesn't put the ball in play and it doesn't leave a chance for a sacrifice fly. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that is grounded through the gap between second and short, and that will be an RBI single for Porter, and Jake Brown will step up with the Biscuits, now up 2-0.
Now batting number 19, Jake Brown.
And the Biscuits can really open up a can of worms on this Buccaneer team.
Yeah, the jar of worms could be wide open here. Everyone moves up 90 feet as they take their turns touching on the bases, and a clutch 2-strike RBI single from Clay Porter. Now you have your best hitter in Mr. Jake Brown at the plate, who's been an RBI machine as we've seen him the last couple of days, and no better spot than he is in right now with the bases loaded. Still nobody out in this inning.
Yes, we saw Jake Brown hit a 2-run homer on Tuesday. As the count is 1-0. Now make it 2-0 as Doyle really starting to lose control of his command. If for any baseball reference out there, command is throwing it in the strike zone, and control is throwing it where you want to throw it. Here's the 2-0, make it 3-0, and Doyle looking to get his second RBI of the game without having to even swing the bat, as he is quickly ahead in the count 3-0, and I say red light here. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that'll be right in there for strike one. 3-1 now makes the count. Can Doyle come back from a 3-1 deficit? Much like a certain team did so against one of my favorite teams in 2016. But that will not be the case, as Jake Brown has an RBI walk. Gets an RBI without swinging up the bat. And now Wyatt Duncan can add to this Biscuit lead.
Now hitting number 28, Wyatt Duncan.
Biscuits have it going on here in this third inning, and as you talked about, the command's just a little off right now with Doyle out there on the mound. He's in a very difficult position. Bases are still loaded, 2 runs already home. He has walked 3 batters here in this inning alone, and 4, I believe, on the game so far. So he needs to find that zone quickly, and it's not going to be easy because you have the 4, 5, and possibly 6 hitters up here. As we know, they all have a lot of power, and they're going to try to break this game open a little bit here in the third, and they probably feel like they should have won on Tuesday because they left 14 runners on base, and they could not come up with the victory. They've really been struggling, but their talent, I think, they should be better than their record says, in my opinion. This is a very good team. Bucks, they've been incredible. And this game is far from over, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, it's hard enough to win 8 straight games. Can they make it 9? It's going to be extremely difficult here today. And it looks like they might leave Doyle out on the mound. And but you got to question how long they leave him in here.
Yeah, I thought Michael Carter was potentially coming in to pitch. That would have been an interesting pitching choice. I don't know if we've seen him pitch. So we've seen him pitch once this year, and that was at that game. I believe that was in San Bernardino where they had all the position players pitching. As that's going to be an RBI for Wyatt Duncan, and now make it a 4-0 lead for the Biscuits. Duncan will gladly take one for the team, and the Biscuits are really going to town on Joshua Doyle. As Adam said, the Biscuits got it going on. Like Stacy's mom, the Biscuits have it going on.
They really do. Stacy's mom, as we know, always has it going on. And now the Biscuits really have it working here in the third inning. And it's just been completely control-based, and just the ball's not going where Doyle wants here in this inning because the Biscuits only have 2 hits in this inning, but yet they've scored 3 runs, and they have the bases loaded. So that makes it, if I do my math correctly, 6 base runners with only 2 hits.
As the count becomes 1-1 to David Loera, who is the catcher. He grounded out to third back when Brody Romero was occupying that base. So it's 3 runs scored in this bottom of the third, and looks like there'll be 4 runs scored as Brandon Whiting's got the pop out, but tagging up will be Clay Porter, and that it now makes it a 5-0 Biscuits lead.
Now batting number 15, Yvonne Williams.
But at least it was big for the Bucks to finally get an out.
Yeah, you always want to get that first out in innings like this. Try to get out of it with as limited damage as much as possible. He did put a big drive into that one. Was David just missed hitting a grand salami here on this hot day. Ball traveling very, very well. Biscuits, though, have a nice little 5-run lead right now. And that's a big time out for Doyle. And we'll see if the Bucks can get out of this inning and then possibly get the offense going as we've seen time in and time again.
Yeah, so there are now 2 out for Aaron Klopfenstein.
Number 26, Aaron Klopfenstein.
As Yvonne Williams wasted no time swinging at that pitch, but it goes into foul territory, and Carson Panarisi played it. And Aaron Klopfenstein will step up to the plate now. And he swings and misses at the first pitch he sees to quickly fall behind 0-1. Klopfenstein is 0 for 1 so far. He grounded out to Tucker Panarisi in the second inning for the first out of that inning. Now there are 2 outs, and the count will become 1-1. So 1-1 the count to Klopfenstein. As there are runners at first and second. Brown is at second, Duncan is at first. As the Biscuits looking to add to their lead, but there's a swing and a miss right there at that breaking ball. So the count is now 1-2. Doyle takes a long look at the signs as he goes over them. Runners will go, and that is going to be low and away for ball 2, as we have ourselves a double steal as Brown motors into third, and Duncan is off to second. And 2-2 is the count to Klopfenstein. Caleb Kim is in the on-deck circle, and he's the only one that has not batted in this inning so far. And he's going to get the chance to bat in this inning, as that's going to be a 2-run RBI double from Klopfenstein. He reached for that breaking ball, and it paid off. As I'll let you analyze that when you announce Caleb Kim's name.
Caleb Kim.
Yeah, you really just poked it out there, guy, and that's, you know, you have to get contact. Nothing's going to happen if you don't swing the bat, and he puts his bat over the heart of the plate and just gets enough contact over the first baseman's head for the Bucks in Panarisi, and it delivers I think a big blow here in this inning to make it 7-0. You would have felt a little better about things getting out of it with just 4 runs in the inning, make it 5, but now you have a very crooked number in the bottom of the third with 6, and it's now 7-0 in favor of the Biscuits. See if they can come back from it.
As there's a drive deep to center field, but at the edge of the warning track is Robert Pitts. So that will end the third inning, but not before the Biscuits get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs, put up a 6 spot, and I'm sure Seth Fox is saying thank you very much to his batters for that inning.
Yeah, great inning for the Biscuits as they put together the offense, seeing a lot of pitches and also getting some big-time hits when they needed to. We head to the top of the 4th here on this recording. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and we will be right back.
Welcome back, everybody, as we've reached the top of the 4th inning. And we just want to give a shout out to the Ventura County Pirates out in Wisconsin as they defeated the Washika Foxes yesterday by a score of 7-1. And they're playing those Foxes today as Pitts drives one deep to left field, and that's going to be a home run for Robert Pitts, wasting no time going after the first pitch he sees, and the Buccaneers are on the board.
Muchamo Robert Pitts.
And that's the first home run we've seen, and it looks like Tucker Panarisi will now step up to the plate.
Number 18, Tucker Panarisi.
So Robert Pitts didn't let me give a shout. Didn't want to let me to have a shout out to the Pirates. He said, "I'm going to hit a home run right here."
Yeah, he wanted to take the glory right there, and he deserves it. He drives that ball deep out into left field, and exactly what the Bucks needed after that huge inning from the Biscuits to get some momentum back and try to get the confidence going, as there's still a ton of baseball left to be played here today. And as we know, the Bucks love playing from behind, so that is a great start, and they have their top of the order this inning. So let's see what can happen against Seth Fox.
So Seth Fox delivers 2 strikes to Tucker Panarisi. Correction, 2 balls to Tucker Panarisi. As this game is a recording due to the fact that the Pirates are playing the Washika Foxes right now as we speak. Lou's got that call. Lucky Lou getting to go to Wisconsin. As the count is 3-0 to Tucker Panarisi, as Seth Fox facing some adversity for the first time this game after giving up a home run. How does he respond?
He has to locate some pitches a little better. Just trying to get outs right now. You still have a big lead, so pitch to contact. And, you know, a home run, no harm, no foul. But exactly what happens right here. You do not want to give free passes to this Bucks team, so you don't want to walk people. And he just committed that right there.
And now it looks like Stephen Murray will step up to the plate. So we saw Stephen Murray take over at third base for Barodi Romero. Stephen Murray is batting .313. He has 10 runs, 15 hits, 14 singles, 2 doubles, and 5 RBIs. But the big key for Stephen Murray, he gets on base. He's drawn 11 walks so far this season.
He gets on base and he steals bases.
As he lays down a bunt right there, it'll be picked up by Yvonne Williams. That'll get Murray out at first, but nobody covering third base. And Tucker Panarisi says, "I'll take that base from ya." And the sacrifice bunt works out in Tucker's favor, as he is now 90 feet away for Troy May.
Good bunt from Murray. Did put it down the third base line a little too strong, but a good idea right there. And great base running overall, though, from your Bucks player in Panarisi, getting all the way from first to third, as there's no one covering the bag on third because the third baseman fielded it. So someone has to field the bag, and a bad job by the shortstop in particular. He should be covering there.
As May goes after the first pitch he sees, and that is going to go over the head of Klopfenstein. Coming home to score is Panarisi, and now it is a 7-2 Biscuit lead, as Troy May has himself an RBI double, and up to the plate is Carson Panarisi.
And the Bucks bats, you know, they love to get going when, you know, the backs are against them right now, and they gave up 7 runs. They trailed 7-0. You thought it was long over. Well, there's still so much baseball to be played, and now the bats are starting to get hot here, and it is a long way from over. We could be in for a real fun one here this afternoon.
Yes, everybody who will be watching this well past our time, because we are on a recording. And there's going to be a base hit right there from Carson Panarisi. Advancing to third is Troy May, and Alex Olvera now steps up to the plate with runners at the corners.
Yeah, hitting's contagious, and right now it's going the way of the Bucks as they're putting hard contact on the baseball against Seth Fox. And we'll see if they can continue as they head towards the bottom part of their order, and see if Olvera can get things going, as he did reach on the error in his first at-bat, and they're trying to get some runs back.
As Olvera will bunt this one foul, so he'll be behind 0-1. Runners are at the corners. You got May at third. Carson is at first. Troy May, after not seeing him for 2 weeks, we got to see the stitch job they did on his forearm, as he took a spike right there.
Yeah, I don't like seeing that kind of stuff. I'm kind of eked out with blood and all that kind of stuff when it comes to medical situations, but I'm glad he is okay. It didn't look that awful. Obviously, stitches have to hurt. Kind of looked like a shark bite, but he is it's good to have him back, and he's already producing like he did before his injury.
As this is going to be a play at the plate, and safe in time is Troy May. It's going to be a fielder's choice RBI for Alex Olvera. Off to second base goes Carson Panarisi. It is now a 7-3 lead for the Biscuits, and now that'll.
Number 12, Brandon Whiting.
And now Brandon Whiting will be at the plate as the Bucks continue to pour it on. As Seth Fox maybe got a little too comfortable with the 7-run lead.
Yeah, maybe too comfortable is the right word, and some aggressive base running right there from your Bucks as they take an extra base. And things are getting interesting right now as they are trying to put the pressure back on the Biscuits. And as we know, David, the Biscuits can score a lot of runs, but their pitching is very suspect. The Bucks' bats are probably some of the best in the Pro-Am League, so this thing could get really, really exciting.
As there's a fly ball to right field, Jake Brown does not make the play on it, and that's going to be another run for the Buccaneers.
No one touched.
I'm gonna rule that a hit because it.
Now batting number 4, Colin Bell.
Yeah, man, I'm having no time to process. This game's moving a mile a minute.
Yeah, a bloop hit into right center field right there. The outfielders doing a poor job, and the second baseman of trying to catch that baseball as it drops in nicely for your Bucks. It's going to be an RBI bloop single for Brandon Whiting, and this game is getting really fun here as the Bucks have responded with 4 runs after giving up 6 of their own in the bottom half of the third, and there's still only 1 out in this game. Everyone's starting to hit in this lineup respectively, and we'll see if it can continue.
As Coach Scott says, never out of this fight. You know, the motto is don't ever ring the bell, and this Buccaneers team, they never do ring the bell. As Colin Bell will now step up to the plate. As the Bucks, he represents the tying run at the plate, and that's hard to believe how being down 7-0 as the runner goes to third, and that's going to be an out by a mile as Olvera does not make it. But off to second goes Whiting as that will be out number 2, and maybe what Seth Fox needed.
Definitely what Seth Fox needed and the Biscuits needed. I question that aggressiveness from the Bucks. You're hitting the ball very well here in this inning. Trust your bats. I know you want to get them in scoring position, but you don't want to take a free out on the bases. It's not worth the risk, and you got to trust your bats the way they've been swinging it here in this inning. And also, it's still very early in this game. There's so many innings still to go, so trying to get that extra base, I just don't see the risk-reward factor in it, but we'll see if the Bucks can still get a run now with 2 outs here in the 4th.
As that pitch is just a bit outside to Bell. As Brandon Whiting is at second base. And now that one's grounded but foul, and that'll put 2s. As the count is, I have 2-2. Says 1-2 on our scoreboard, but the umpire has the official word. As deuces are wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Seth Fox trying to get out of this inning, and he will by getting Colin Bell to swing and miss at that fastball. And that will end the inning, but not before the Bucks put together a 4-run 4th inning. They now only trail it by 3 runs. We will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. You are watching the Ventura County Buccaneers of the Pro-Am League here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates.
not getting his name.
Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom of the 4th inning. As leading off the 3rd inning, as he did the 3rd inning, is Isaac Quintanilla, as the Biscuits batted around that inning. So Quintanilla leads off the 4th. He takes strike 1. And on the mound is Brandon Whiting. He moves from left field to the mound. Carson Panarisi will move from first to left. Troy May will move from DH to first, which means he's now batting for himself. And Alex Olvera is behind the plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That is lined into center field. Robert Pitts has got it, and that will be out number 1.
Now batting number 17, Tommy Hernandez.
And now that'll bring up Tommy Hernandez, who got a single and came around to score in that 6-run 3rd inning for the Biscuits. Biscuits trying to get the victory here as they're trying to get a playoff spot. That will be flied away for strike 1. We've seen Brandon Whiting pitch before. We got to see him pitch for the Pirates once.
Yeah, we've seen him pitch a few times. He's done a good job as that ball sky down the shallow right and will drop for Hernandez. But yeah, he's pitched, and he's coming in a situation where you don't want to give up too many more runs because you're right back in this game because of your offense scoring 4 in the top.
As now we're back to the top of the order, and Braden France is up.
Now batting number 25, Braden France.
Pitching stats for Brandon Whiting. He's pitched in 2 games. He actually has had 1 start. He's pitched 5 innings overall, has 7 hits, 2 runs, but they were not earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. He also does have a save to his name. As the first pitch to France is a strike, and now that'll even it up. We got 1s across the board now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And 1 runner on in Tommy Hernandez. And that breaking ball finds the strike zone for strike number 2. 1-2 is your count. As Whiting looking to have a quick bottom of the 4th inning. As the bottom of the 3rd was anything but quick. Able to check his swing there was France. Maybe for a second I thought he went around, but the ump says he checked, and the count is now 2-2. Whiting sets, here's the 2-2, and that'll be way outside and make the count full. And now we got 3-2-1 showing up on your scoreboard at home. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And here's the payoff pitch. And that's low and away, ball 4. Off to second goes Hernandez, and France will gladly take his free pass to first base. I was thinking he'd like to rather...
Number 2, Clay Porter.
That'll bring up Clay Porter. I was thinking Braden France, he'll take his free pass to first base, but he was hoping it was a free pass to Disneyland.
I think everyone would love a free pass to Disneyland. I know I would. They're expensive nowadays. He hasn't swung the bat so far today, but he's found his way on base all 3 plate appearances. So Braden France is definitely finding himself on base and gets to enjoy his hospitality stay at first base, and we'll see if Biscuits can score here.
As there is a fly into foul territory, Troy May is not able to make the play, so that will make it strike 2. Yeah, on your screen at home, I know it's tough when you see those plays into foul territory. We do the best we can with the equipment we got, but it'd be nice if we could have an actual cameraman, wouldn't you say?
It would definitely be nice. We definitely do the best we can. We do get some comments from people, and we tell them that we want the same that they want. We want the best angle and visibility and baseball action for maybe if it's your son or a family member playing. Like, we want the best. We do the best we can, and hopefully this new view behind home is at least halfway decent where you can see if it's in the infield or into the outfield except down the lines. But for any camera junkies, we have a webcam, so as you know, it doesn't cover as much ground as maybe a Canon special type of camera would.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be lined into shallow left field. Runners will advance 90 feet. And the Biscuits, they got them loaded once again. And a good opportunity for the ever so dangerous Jake Brown. Biscuits trying to get some runs back as they want to get back their 7-run lead.
Yeah, I feel like Jake Brown, because of all the situations and what he's been able to do at the plate, kind of reminds me of back in the day with the Red Sox with David Ortiz. Every time he would come up to the plate, you would just be super nervous and just hope you don't give him anything really good to hit. And sometimes you even pitch around him, as we've seen Brown walk with the bases loaded last inning, kind of a pitch around. We'll see what he does here.
As he flies this one, that's not going to go anywhere as it is into the infield. Oh, correction, that is in the outfield. I was faked out by Tucker Panarisi, but the tag works, and that's going to be an RBI for Jake Brown. It is an 8-2 lead for the Biscuits on the sacrifice fly, and that'll bring up Wyatt Duncan. Yeah, Tucker faked me out. He looked like he was going to make the play on that, but then it went into the outfield.
It's the right fake to try to do, to fake out the runner at third, so he hopefully doesn't tag from that base right there, but he was able to smartly read the ball into right field and able to come around and score. And Brown does his job once again. Brown, you know, he hasn't had anything super flashy today, but you see his score line. He's batted 3 times, and guess what? He's had an RBI in all 3 of his plate appearances with a couple sac flies now.
As Wyatt Duncan is quickly behind 0-2. And the pitch, that will be well outside. Make the count 1-2. Watch the hot mic there as the count is 1-2. And that will be grounded but foul. So Hernandez came home to score on the sac fly from Jake Brown. Wyatt Duncan is behind 1-2. Runners are at second and third. And now that will put deuces wild. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Whiting sets, and the 2-2 pitch will be flied into right field. Does Panarisi have it? He does this time, as this time Tucker called everyone off and did not fake me out for out number 3, but not before the Biscuits get a run back. And we will head to the top of the 5th inning, where Mora, Cervantes, and Pitts are due up. Keep it right here. You are watching the Ventura County Bucks of the Pro-Am League. And we've reached the top of the 5th inning as the Buccaneers look to put up another 4 spot and maybe tie this game up here. Zach Mora will lead things off. And we want to give you a reminder that you can follow the Ventura County Pirates, the Pro-Am Bucks, and the GCCL Bucks on our social medias on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at V County Pirates. And we also will have a TikTok at V County Pirates Baseball. Seth Fox back on the mound. He does the he has a huge windup
Can you stand for the rest of the game? I love this shit.
as 1-0 is the count. Make it 2-0 to Zach Mora. Seth Fox trying to get through this 5th inning with the lead. And we do have some changes that Adam can tell you about.
Looks like 2 players will be coming in for the Biscuits in the, or they have come in. I don't know those names though.
So some changes for the Biscuits as there's a 4-pitch walk issued to Mora, and now Dominic Cervantes is at the plate.
Now batting number 29, Dominic Cervantes.
So that's another walk issued to Zach Mora. He remains 1 for 1 as he had a single in the 3rd. Zach Mora had a fly out in the 3rd, which resulted in a double play as Mora was off and running to 3rd, but that was a pop fly, and Mora couldn't get back to 3rd in time before they tagged him out. And the 1-0 pitch, Mora goes, that's a swing, and Zach Mora is going to be out from here to Santa Monica, as that will be 1 quick out, and that will put 1s across the board now at 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. So good throw from David Leora, and that is 1 quick out. And that will now make the count 1-2 as Cervantes swings and misses at that pitch. And the 1-2 pitch will be a base hit for Cervantes. And he doesn't want 1. He's motoring into 2nd. Throw is offline, and that's going to be a 1-out double for Cervantes. And back to the top of the order we go, and Robert Pitts.
Robert Pitts.
And excuse me, on the previous, those 2 names are going to Alaska. Duncan and Brown. Jake Brown and Wyatt Duncan, the 2 players going to Alaska for the Biscuits, as Cervantes gets things started here in the top of the 5th with a 1-out double. And now we'll see at the top of the order can do some damage, as we've already seen Robert Pitts deposit 1 out of the stadium.
Yes, so we know Robert Pitts has that power behind his bats. I'm sure his coaches back in Michigan are going to like to see that, knowing that he has power with a wooden bat when he gets back to Michigan. As he only played in 5 games with Michigan, but the fact that he goes to a really good top D1 school, that's quite an accomplishment.
Great accomplishment. It also will help him later on in life with a great education, and you love to see that for an athlete, get to play sports and do education, as number 17 Tommy Hernandez, you can't see it on your screen, overruns that foul ball attempt, and we'll see if Robert Pitts can make him pay for it.
So Tommy Hernandez at first base doing what he did on Tuesday, and that's switching off with Isaac Quintanilla at first, seemingly every other inning. So Cervantes is at 2nd, 1-2 the count to Pitts. And the pitch is swung on and missed. There is strikeout number 3 issued by Fox. And that will be 2 outs for Tucker Panarisi. So good pitch right there from Fox to get him to chase that breaking ball.
Very good pitch. He got the punch out he needed, and, you know, making up for that Pitts home run earlier.
As Panarisi drives one into center field, but Braden France catches it on the move, and that will end the inning. So Seth Fox has a scoreless 5th, and we will head to the bottom of the 5th with the Biscuits leading 8-4. You are watching the Ventura County Buccaneers of the Pro-Am League here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. We have now reached the bottom of the 5th inning. Biscuits lead it by a score of 8 to 4. Looks like Michael Carger is at center field now, taking over for Robert Pitts. So we'll see if he bats in his place. David Loera goes after the first pitch he sees and has himself a leadoff single.
He was on third. Zach Mora and Murray switch.
So Zach Moore is now at third. Murray is at short.
Now pinch hitting number 16, Nicola Sue.
And now Nakoa Sue comes on to pinch hit for Yvonne Williams. So all kinds of changes coming at you, as there's a strike number 1 issued to Nakoa Sue. And that's going to be a base hit between second and short. Loera will advance to second, and Sue is off to first with another single.
Now batting number 26, Aaron Klopfenstein.
And that'll bring up Aaron Klopfenstein. So, Biscuits, they're trying to get the bats going.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there for pinch hitter. First at bat of the game for Nakoa Sue as he hits it between first base and second base into right field for a base hit and get things started for the Biscuits. 2 on and nobody out as they're trying to extend this lead. So we know their bats are very potent and they're having a good day at the plate today, trying to continue that against Brandon Whiting.
As this is skied into foul territory, Troy May has it, and that is out number 1. And that'll now bring up Caleb Kim.
Now batting number 27, Caleb Kim.
So big first out right there for the Buccaneers. Caleb Kim wearing number 27 fouls the first pitch he sees. And that will be strike 1. So 0-1 is the count. Also, Michael Carger is now playing in center field. As the umpire takes time. You ever seen the movie Naked Gun? And remember Leslie Nielsen's impersonating the umpire, takes the vacuum over home plate? That's kind of what that's reminding me, as the umpire had to clear the dirt.
I love that movie, and I'm pretty sure they had sequels as well to go along with Naked Gun. Classic film, and love the baseball scene with the umpire, that's for sure. And is Carter the only change? Is Panarisi still in left or third? Murray
yeah,
moves to short.
Murray moves to short, and Murray and Mora swap. As there's a ball issued to Caleb Kim. So 1-2 is the count now. Runners are at first and second. Loera is at second. Sue is at first. And that's going to drop in front of Carger. And that'll load him up. Once again, Biscuits, they love loading it up. As Isaac Quintanilla is now up to bat. And I'll let Adam talk as soon as he announces his name.
Now batting number 13, Isaac Quintanilla.
Biscuits are doing it right now and getting a lot of base knocks, moving runners 90 feet, and it will be up to Isaac to deliver right now. He did walk and score back in the third, but he has a chance with the bases loaded, 1 out. As we know, no run is safe with this Bucs offense that we've seen all year long and today, as the Biscuits are trying to extend that lead. The biggest lead they had was 7. They're right now at 4. Let's see if they can get some runs back to try to get back to that 7-run lead.
Quintanilla had an RBI, had a walk, and then came around to score in the third. And he takes ball 2, so 2-0 is your count now. Quintanilla is 0 for 1 officially, as he did fly out to center field in the 4th. And he'll foul this one away to quickly make the count 2-1. So 2-1 your count. Loera at 3rd, Sue at 2nd, Kim at 1st. And that pitch is high and away for ball number 3. So Quintanilla trying to get an RBI without having to swing the bat. Huge play coming up right here. And Whiting sets. Here's the 3-1. That is grounded to Murray. Off to Panarisi and over to May. 6-4-3 go the Biscuits, and they leave this inning scoreless.
Just with the doctor order right there, a crucial, big-time double play, ending double play to get out of a bases-loaded one-out jam and keep this deficit at 4. A huge play that we could look back on later in this ballgame if the Bucks do, or if they are able to come back. We will see. But we got a good one for you. Don't go anywhere. Top of the 6th here on this recording. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and the Ventura County Bucks of the Pro-Am League will be coming to bat in the top of the 6th right after this. Gordon.
Welcome back, everybody. We've reached the top of the 6th inning. Ryder Gordon is now up to bat, taking over for Tucker Panarisi. Shows bunt, takes strike 1. Back on the mound for his 6th inning of work is Seth Fox, so they're running him deep. As now batting for Stephen Murray will be Ryder Gordon. Falls behind 0-2. As we are in the 6th inning. And that will be ball number 1. So 1-2 now the count. So Romero, so 3 different at-bats in the 3-hole. Romero got the first at-bat, then Stephen Murray had the second, and now Ryder Gordon taking the 3rd at-bat here. And the pitch is grounded up the middle, and there's a nice little pinch hit, base hit for Ryder Gordon. And now that'll bring up Troy May.
Troy May.
Great piece of hitting from Ryder Gordon. He has been really having it going in the last couple weeks with the bat as he gets another base hit here, and a good start in this 6th inning as the Bucks are trying to make that double play, build off that momentum, and go on the full comeback trail here today. And Ryder Gordon continues to swing a really hot bat, and 3rd time's the charm in that 3-hole position. And now you got one of your power hitters in Troy May at the plate.
Yeah, a little bit about Ryder Gordon. He's batting a solid .349 on a total of, let me pull up how many at-bats he has. Batting .349 with 43 at-bats, so pretty solid piece of hitting from Ryder Gordon. He's at first base, 1-1 the count to Troy May. And this is going to go back into deep left field, but there to make the play on it is Klopfenstein for out number 1.
Now batting number 32, Carson Panarisi.
And now Carson Panarisi will check in to the plate, as he is 1 for 2. Actually, correction. Yes, he is 1 for 2. He flew out in the 3rd inning, but had himself a nice solid single in the 4th. And let's see what he can do against Seth Fox as he takes strike 1. And that one will be outside for ball number 1. So that'll put 1s across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. David Loera still behind the plate as Seth Fox goes over the signs. And that one's driven deep to left field. Back is Klopfenstein. And that's a 2-run home run for Carson Panarisi. His 2nd of the year. It is now an 8-6 lead for the Biscuits as this Bucks team does not go away. And now that'll bring up Alex Olvera next up to bat. So Adam, go ahead and answer Alex's name, and I'll give you the mic to analyze that home run.
Now batting number 13, Alex Olvera.
Love to see that as the Bucks don't go anywhere because they keep coming and they keep fighting. Carson Panarisi goes and joins Robert Pitts' baseball out there in left field on a 2-run home run. And if you don't blink, well, you should now because it is 8-6. Our score after the Bucks were trailing 7-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. All of a sudden, just in the top of the 6th with only 1 out, they're only down 2 runs, and that will trigger Seth Fox to be lifted from this game and bring in number 20, Gerardo. So we'll get his first name in a second, but we got a fun one here from LA Valley College right now.
I think it's Alex Gerardo.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
And we're back in the top of the 6th inning. The Buccaneers have cut their deficit to 2 as Alex Gerardo will take over for Seth Fox. That home run from Carson Panarisi told Biscuits manager, yeah, I'd seen enough.
Yeah, I'm surprised they kept Fox in the game that long, honestly, and his time was definitely up after that 2-run home run. And now it's going to be up to the Biscuits bullpen as they're trying to hang on for dear life and try to win this baseball game and try to turn their summer season around here and then try to get into the playoffs because they're very talented. But this pitching staff has really struggled down the stretch of the season, and can their bats be enough to carry them the rest of the way?
Here's the 1-1 count. And that's going to be in there for strike one to Alex Olvera. Alex Olvera started out as the extra hitter today. He has since been catching when Brandon Whiting took over on the mound. And the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. And that's a good start you like to see if you play for the Biscuits. Alex Gerardo getting his first man out, courtesy of the strikeout.
Good start there for Gerardo to pick up that strikeout to begin his relief outing here in the top of the sixth. And you're just trying to hold the Bucks right now on offense because it is anyone's baseball game, and it can go a bunch of different ways, and right now you're just trying to throw strikes and get outs.
Here is the 0-1 from the right-hander Gerardo, and that one is just inside to make the count 1-1. So Alex Gerardo taking over for Seth Fox here in the 6th inning, and the 1-1 pitch is going to be fouled away, and that'll quickly make it 1-2. So trying to end this inning is Alex Gerardo, trying to strike out both batters that he sees. And the 1-2 pitch is in and out of the glove. That's going to be outside for ball 2. It's in and out of the glove of Loera. Luckily, nobody on base, so he doesn't have to worry about any runner advancing. So we got 2s across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gerardo sets, and the 2-2 pitch is way low, and that's going to also get right by Loera. And now we'll have a 2-out payoff pitch coming up. Colin Bell is on deck should Whiting get aboard. And the payoff pitch is low and away, ball 4. That'll bring up Colin Bell. And that also brings the tying run to home plate.
Now batting number 4, Colin Bell.
So Whiting draws a 2-out walk, and let's see what Colin can do here.
Good walk right there to prolong this inning. We'll see if the Bucks have some more 2-out magic here in the top of the 6th, and a very high-scoring affair between the Biscuits and Bucks that we've seen countless times through their season series so far this season.
1-0 the count, as that first pitch was in the dirt. Whiting is at first. And they agree. He takes a look at first. And the 1-0 pitch, there goes Whiting. And that throw is going to be well offline. And that's going to be an easy stolen base for Brandon Whiting, as that will not be an error, as Whiting would have beaten that throw out anyways, and he didn't make it to third base. So 2-0 is the count now, as Whiting is now in scoring position with 2 outs. And the 2-0 pitch is way in the dirt, ball 3. So Gerardo, he's struggling to find some command right here, as Loera will do a mound visit.
Yeah, just trying to throw strikes right now. Get that last out. It's always so hard to get that last out in any inning you're in, and it's not been easy for the Biscuits out there on the mound today, and that's a credit to the Bucks bats because they like to see a lot of pitches, and they put good swings on the ball, and their lineup is good top to bottom, and now we'll see if Bell has the green light here on 3-0.
3-0 pitch coming to Colin Bell. Gerardo sets, and the right-hander delivers. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk right there. So that'll put runners at first and second for 2 outs, with 2 outs, and Zach Mora now steps up to the plate.
Zach Mora.
Everybody move your feet. That's what Zach Mora steps up to the plate, every time he steps up to the plate. And he's moved his feet quite a bit. He's got himself a single and a walk. And he takes ball number 1, so not finding the strike zone at all is Gerardo, as he's walked back-to-back pitchers. And let's see what this next pitch will be. The 1-0 is another ball. Gerardo is really losing it out there, as I hate to be critical, but he really is losing it already.
Yeah, he needs to throw strikes right now before this thing could possibly get away from him. And an injury update for you if you're wondering why Brody Romero checked out in the first inning earlier in today's game. It's because of heat, overheating or heat exhaustion, as it is a very hot one here today in the Burbank area of Los Angeles. And make sure to stay hydrated and try to get through this game.
Yes, very important to stay hydrated for games like this. Here's the 2-1, and that's going to be right down the middle, as Mora checked his swing on that one, but it was down the middle anyways. And deuces are wild once again, as there are 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And we have also a pinch hitter on deck. That would be number 6, Cider Cannon. But that's going to be strikeout. That's going to be strikeout number 2, as getting out of the little jam he put himself into was Gerardo. Biscuits to hold on to their 2-run lead, and we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Keep it right here. You are watching the Ventura County Buccaneers here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. Welcome back to LA Valley College, as we've reached the bottom of the 6th inning. On to pitch now is Colin Bell. Colin Bell, he only has 1 inning of pitch so far. He allowed 3 hits, 4 runs, and 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. And I remember asking Colin if he was pitching today for 1 game, and he was like, no, I hope I never have to pitch again. Well, he's got to pitch today, and he'll have to do so against a new batter, number 3 for the Biscuits, Levi Fox. So I wonder if he's related to Seth. So Levi Fox now is batting in place of Tommy Hernandez as he takes ball 3. So the count should be 3-1.
3-0.
But it's 3-0. Okay. And the 3-0 pitch is high, and Fox has himself a lead-off walk.
Now batting number 25, Braden France.
And we're back to the top of the order, and Braden France is at the plate. So Levi Fox gets a lead-off walk. And now it's up to Braden Fox, who shows bunt, but that's going to be in there for strike 1. Got a couple of defensive changes also to announce. Cider Cannon comes in to catch. So we've seen 3 catchers today. And we also have Ryder Gordon at short, as that pitch will be inside ball 1. 1-1 is your count. Fox is at first. Levi, that is. Wonder if he's related to Seth, who was the starting pitcher. This is blooped into left field, and Carson Panarisi, who is in left, will make the play for out number 1.
Now batting number 2, Clay Porter.
And Clay Porter now steps up to the plate, and there have just been so many changes, it's been hard for me to keep up.
It's been hard for me as well. There have been so many changes by both teams in this game. Probably the most changes we've seen in a ball game just from both teams combined. A lot to keep up. A lot has been happening. Game, despite moving very fast, a lot of things have been happening. Innings-wise, it's slow because of all the runs and action that has been happening here in this ball game. And it really, honestly, David, I think it could go either way. The way the Bucks can swing the bats and how they never give up or give in, you know, I kind of favor them to come back and win this game from what we've seen this season.
And 1-1 is the count to Porter. Here's the pitch. That'll be fouled back, and that'll make the count 1-2. So Colin Bell trying to get Clay Porter out, make there be 2 outs. I'm sure he wouldn't mind a grounder to Ryder Gordon and get a 6-4-3, so he wouldn't have to face another batter. And the 1-2 pitch is high and away for ball 2. 2-2 is your count now. Levi is at first. He'll stay put there for the time being. And the 2-2 pitch is grounded to third, where Mora's got it. He'll throw across the diamond to get Porter out. Off to second goes Levi Fox, and there are 2 outs for number 19, Jake Brown.
Now batting number 19, Jake Brown.
Jake Brown, he's got a runner in scoring position now. 3 at-bats, and he has 3 RBIs. So see if he can potentially keep that going here. As Bell sets, takes a hard look at Cannon's glove, and that gets through Cider, and off to third base will go Levi, and the count is 1-0 to Brown. So 90 feet away, Biscuits trying to get some runs back. They've led by as many as 7 so far in this game. Their lead is just 2. And there's going to be a grounder to Ryder Gordon. Off to first he goes, and that will end the inning. So the Biscuits threaten, but no dice.
Great job from the Bucks to get out of that ending. Good job by Bell, despite giving up the leadoff walk. Trusts his defense pitching the contact. Gordon makes a nice play in the 5-6 hole and gets out of trouble against their best hitter in Jake Brown. So the Biscuits get no runs on no hits. They leave a man stranded. We head to the 7th inning. It's 8-6 Biscuits. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates and your Ventura County Buccaneers of the Pro-Am League hit the batter's box as they try to come back in this ballgame as they trail 8-6. We head to the top of the 7th on this recording. We'll be right back after this.
Top of the 7th inning for you. Just another reminder, you can follow the Ventura County Pirates, the Pro-Am Bucks, and the GCCL Bucks on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at V County Pirates, as well as TikTok at V County Pirates Baseball, as Cider Cannon will step up to the plate for the first time this afternoon. Back on the mound is Alex Gerardo. He throws ball 1 to Cider. And the 1-0 pitch will be right down the middle for strike number 2. And 1-1 goes the count. We are in the top of the 7th inning. Buccaneers trail it by a score of 8-6. They have, however, trailed by as many as 7, so they definitely know how to come back. And if they can come back and win this game, that'll be the ultimate comeback. Cider Cannon batting a solid .300, but he gets a blooper right back to Gerardo for out number 1. No problem there for Alex. We're back to the top of the order, and Michael Carger will get his first plate appearance now.
Now batting number 3, Michael Carger.
As Michael Carger is back in place of Robert Pitts.
Yeah, we'll see if Michael can get things going here with the bat. Start a rally here in the 7th, making his first plate appearance of the ball game, coming in for Robert Pitts in center, and lays down a bunt.
Lays down a bunt, but it goes into the sky, and Gerardo's able to play it, and he quickly has 2 quick outs, and back up is Tucker Panarisi.
Now batting number 18, Tucker Panarisi.
So, 2 quick outs for Alex Gerardo. As he'll take ball number 1.
Absolutely.
Yes, Buccaneers wearing their camo jerseys today. As slick as these camo jerseys are, it does make it a little bit hard on us to try and see their numbers. But Tucker Panarisi is at the plate. Number 18 indeed. And here is the pitch from Gerardo. That will be grounded up the middle, where it'll be played by the shortstop, who I have listed as Clay Porter, but it's probably somebody else. And 1, 2, 3 go the Bucks, and that was a huge inning right there for Gerardo.
Big inning for Gerardo in this high-scoring affair. It's so important to put up zeros, especially when you have a lead for your offense. And, you know, who's going to strike next, because we know the runs that we have on the scoreboard are not going to hold up for either side. So we head to the bottom of the 7th. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates here on this recording. We'll be back after this short break.
We've reached the bottom of the 7th inning. Biscuits trying to add to their 2-run lead. They've led by as many as 7. Colin Bell back on the mound for his 2nd inning of work, as coming into today's game, he had only pitched 1 inning, so now he's already pitching more today than he has the whole season combined. That was a ball to Wyatt Duncan. Here's the 1-0, and now make the count 1-1. So Colin Bell, as we speculate that a lot of Bucks pitchers are in Wisconsin right now.
Yeah, I think they needed a lot of pitchers. I mean, they're playing 6 games in 6 days. Just to think about how many pitchers they possibly have to go through during that stretch is just daunting to think about. So you have to have as many arms, and luckily they have 3 teams to choose from for those arms. And, you know, unfortunately for the Bucks, they probably took a lot of their good arms with them. And Colin Bell getting this rare pitching outing here today. And right now for him, he doesn't have the most overpowering stuff, as we know, but just pitch to contact and get outs like he did so well in that 6th inning. And you're down 2 runs. It's very important right now to keep a 0 on the scoreboard for the Biscuits.
As the count is 1-2 to Wyatt Duncan. Wyatt Duncan has had a hit by pitch RBI in the 3rd. And he swings and misses at that fastball. That's going to be a strikeout courtesy of Colin Bell. And now David Loera will step up to the plate.
David Loera.
And you want to talk about needing to be hydrated. I imagine Loera has to be very hydrated, playing catcher both on Tuesday and today.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with him playing catcher back-to-back games, not days, because they had a day off between Tuesday and Thursday, but that is not easy to do. No small task indeed. And he's done a really good job behind the plate as well, throwing out several Bucks runners, limiting damage on the bases, because we know how successful they've been at stealing bags and getting into scoring position consistently throughout this season. And he's done a good job behind the dish. And, you know, it just seems like who is going to make that big play down the stretch is going to be the difference in this ball game.
We got ones across the board now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Loera. And now make that 2 balls and 1 strike, as that punch out of Wyatt Duncan was the 2nd strikeout this season for Colin Bell. Always good. A good feeling when you don't pitch that much and get a strikeout. And the 2-1 pitch will be landing right behind our booth, and that will now make the count 2-2. So one unlucky Buccaneer player that isn't in the game right now is going to go have to chase after that foul ball, as balls are very limited here. So no souvenirs if you catch a foul ball, unlike in the pros. Here's the 2-2. That'll be high for ball number 3, and we will have a full count coming up. Actually, it looks like the Biscuit player, Tommy Hernandez, is going to have to go after that ball. And the payoff pitch is grounded, one-hopped to Colin Bell, and he's going to run all the way to first himself. Said, I got it. And that was
Number 16, Nicola Sue.
that was good, quick reaction right there from Bell.
Well, yeah, you're in the rare territory of getting a position player out there on the mound, so to his benefit, he's used to fielding baseballs. Obviously, he's more of an outfielder than an infielder, but he fields his position there at the mound very nicely, picks up the second out here in the bottom of the 7th, and now Bell's 1 out away from giving his team another chance in the top of the 8th to come back.
As Sue flies this one up to second base, and the only player that has stayed at his position the whole game is Tucker Panarese. He's got it, and that is out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Colin Bell and the Buccaneers, and they're going to have another chance to try and get back in this game. We'll have it all for you right here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates.
Klopfenstein's not third base.
Now batting number 9, Ryder Gordon.
Welcome back, everybody, to the top of the 8th inning. The Buccaneers trail it by a score of 8-6. Ryder Gordon is up to bat. He had a single his first plate appearance, and we'll see what he can do against Alex Gerardo as he takes strike number 1. And one defensive change we can bring you is that Klopfenstein is playing third base. But that's all we can bring you, as 1-1 is your count now to Gordon. Gotta give a shout out to grandfather Gordon, who shows up every day, no matter how hot it is, in a cowboy hat and a leather vest.
Love to see it. Talked to him actually for a brief moment before today's ball game. Very loyal supporter of Ryder, and I told him how great he's been playing, because he really has, and he got a hit in his first at bat.
As Klopfenstein will be able to make the play at third, and just barely unable to beat that out was Gordon. Good play right there from Klopfenstein, and that'll be out number 1. And now it looks like Troy May will step up to the plate.
Number 26, Troy May.
So good play from Klopfenstein at third.
And not an easy play, ranging over down the line at third base. Makes a long throw over to first. Great hustle from Ryder Gordon. From first glance, I thought he might be safe. It's hard for us to read it from here in the press box, but it brings up Troy May to the plate, who had a big RBI double back in the 4th inning.
First pitch to May is a ball, so 1-0 is the count. Gerardo sets, goes through the signs, and the right-hander delivers the 1-0 pitch. Gets May to swing and miss at that breaking ball in the dirt. May wanted to hold up and check his swing, but he was already through the motion. Here's the 1-1. And that does not hit Troy May. For a second, I thought it did. Ducked out of the way of that one, and the count is 2-1. So 2-1 the count to Troy May, as he gets ready to deal with Gerardo. Here is the 2-1 pitch from Gerardo, and that's swung on and missed. Make the count 2-2. Surprisingly, I'm surprised Troy May does not have a home run this year. Here is the 2-2 pitch, as that one is flied into center field, and that is going to bounce, and that's going to be a double for Troy May. He's going to go for 3, and it's going to be a triple for Troy May, and there's something you don't see every day. Troy May getting a triple.
Using that speed of his, he has great power to all fields as he drives that one out into deep right center field, and that's a big 1-out triple for Troy May.
And now Carson Panarisi will step up to the plate, as there is a runner at third and Troy May, 1 out. And Panarisi goes after the first pitch he sees. That is going to be not caught by the right fielder. That's going to bring home Troy May, and that's going to put the Buccaneers within 1. And that's going to be an RBI double for Carson Panarisi, wasting no time on that. And that will be a double RBI.
Now batting number 13, Alex Olvera.
9 hits for the Biscuits.
They have 2 hits right now. Big opportunity. Let's see if they can tie the score.
As the first pitch to Olvera is a ball, as Gerardo giving up back-to-back extra base hits, and his Biscuits are in danger of squandering a 7-run lead, as there's a swing and a miss right there from Olvera. Panarisi at second has an RBI double. And the 1-1 pitch is high and away, ball 2. Olvera is officially 0 for 2 as he reached on an error in the second and struck out in the 6th. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that'll be right in there for strike 2. So got another 2-2 count. Can Gerardo put away the batter this time, as he had Troy May at a 2-2 count, and he gave up a triple. And the 2-2 pitch is grounded. This should bring home a runner. It will not. It'll put runners at the corners, but that's another hit, and the Buccaneers, they do not go away.
Now batting number 12, Brandon Whiting.
And, you know, if I would hate playing the Buccaneers, because it just seems no matter how much of a lead you get on them, they do not go away.
Yeah, they're extremely well equipped to come back. They fight no matter what the score is. They play as if the game is 0-0, and everyone's just coming up to bat, trying to get on board, and that's what they've done here today. And they're trying to take advantage of some little misread by the right fielder right there. That should ball, not an easy catch, but should have been caught. And now a base hit, and just like that, the Bucks could be out in front.
So 1-0 the count, as stealing second base is Olvera. And that one's going to be fouled away to even up the count at 1-1. Once again, we got ones across the board. A 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And the 1-1 pitch from Alex Girardo. As May shows bunt, it goes high into the sky, but far away from everyone. And that will be strike number 2. As Girardo really is in desperate need of a strikeout right here, as he has runners at second and third. Colin Bell would be due up, as Bell walked his last plate appearance. And the 1-2 pitch is a little bit outside, and once again, another 2-2 count. 2-2 counts have favored this Buccaneers team in this game, especially in this inning, as Troy May got a triple with a 2-2, and Olvera got a single with a 2-2. And the deuce pitch is fouled away. So count will remain 2-2. Panarisi is at third. Olvera is at second. We are in the top of the 8th inning. Alex Girardo on the mound, trying to limit the damage to just 1 run. And the 2-2 pitch is going to go deep into right field. That should be deep enough, but it's not going to get caught by the right fielder. And this is going to give the Buccaneers their lead. And just like that, I cannot stand playing against this Bucs team, as they will not give up. They take away. They erase a 7-run deficit. And into third base goes Brandon Whiting. And they are making it torture for the right fielder out there.
A ending that the right fielder might want to forget for the Biscuits, as the Bucks have come all the way back, trailing by a score of 7-0, which seems like an eternity ago. The Bucks never quit attitude paying off right now, as Panarisi comes in to score, as Alex Olvera comes in to score, as Brandon Whiting shoots a 2-run go-ahead RBI triple for the Bucks.
As there's a quick ground out from Colin Bell to short. And now that will bring up Zach Mora.
Now batting number 14, Zach Mora.
But yeah, like I said, I would not want to play against this this Bucks team, as no lead is safe, as we have proven today. As you would. As the first pitch to Mora is in there for a strike. But yeah, facing this Bucks team, and just that's got to be frustrating. 7 runs. You have a 7-run lead and you squander it.
Of course, it has to be extremely frustrating, as the Bucks, you know, they're top the lineup, top to bottom in the order, just no quit in any of them, and they're all really balanced as players, and you could sub in whoever, and it doesn't really matter. They all produce and they all help out each other, and that's why they're so effective and good as a baseball team, and they feed off each other's energy. And the Biscuits, their pitching has just been dreadful for most of this second half of the season.
And the 2-2 pitch is in the dirt, and that will be ball 1. Correction, 1-2 is the count now. We've had so many 2-2 counts this inning. It's almost like every count is 2-2, and the Bucks take advantage of it every time. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That will be fouled away, and the count will remain 1-2. But yeah, I can't fathom squandering a 7-0 lead. But that's what happened, and that's kind of the epitome of the second half of this Biscuit season, as the Biscuits were rolling in the first half, and Now they're just, they were baking in the first half, but now I think they may have been, now they're frozen biscuits, that's for sure. As, hey, guess what? Deja vu over again. Another 2-2 count. Let's see if Mora takes advantage of that, because 2-2 has been the lucky count for this Buccaneer team. Here it is, the 2-2 pitch. That is grounded to second, and the play will be made. Had to make sure that that wasn't going to be an error. But the Buccaneers put 3 on the board. They take a 9-8 lead. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning as anybody's game still at this point. 9-8, Buccaneers lead. You are watching the Ventura County Buccaneers of the Pro-Am League here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates.
They've lost a lot of games.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome back, everybody. We have reached the bottom of the 8th inning. The Buccaneers have clawed their way back from a 7-run deficit. Aaron Klopfenstein will step up to the plate as back on the mound is Colin Bell.
They had 2 doubleheaders, which they won 1 and 3.
And that pitch will be high for ball number 1.
I know, they're good.
Here's the 1-0. And that'll be right down the middle for strike number 1.
But they might not get in. I don't know. It's going to be close.
With this number, you can get in.
1-1 is your count to Klopfenstein. And he hacks at that high pitch as Colin Bell is able to get him to climb the ladder. And the count will be 1-2. One and 2 the count now as Bell gets set. And the pitch is fouled away, so the count will remain 1-2. So 1-2 is the count as Bell had a 1-2-3 inning. In fact, he's retired the last 6 batters he's faced, trying to get the 7th batter in a row. And the 1-2 pitch is outside for ball number 2. Make the count 2-2. Bell sets, goes through the signs with Cannon. And the 2-2 pitch is right down the middle, freezes him like a Swanson's TV dinner. And that is strikeout number 2 for Colin Bell.
Caleb Kim.
And now Caleb Kim steps up to the plate.
27.
Great start for Bell as he's having some good effective put away pitches so far here in today's ballgame, picking up his 2nd strikeout in this outing right now, and he's retired 7 hitters in a row, trying to be the pitcher in line for the victory if the game was to hold here, as he's done a great job at making sure the Biscuits stay off the scoreboard. He's going to have to do some more work of that to make sure that the Bucks come out victorious here today. And now the count is 1-1 strike, 1 out. As I'll give back to David in a second. 9-8 our score. Bucks in front. What a crazy game we've seen. Biscuits got out to a 7-0 lead. The Bucks came back and finally took their first and only lead of today's ballgame so far in the top of the 8th with some help from some poor right field play. And they have taken a 9-8 lead as the never quit Cardiac Bucks are still beaten here today as they're trying to extend the season-long winning streak to 9 games, which it seems like an eternity now, and they just keep finding new ways to win baseball games, as that is missed upstairs for ball number 3. The count 3-1, 1 out in this bottom of the 8th inning here with Caleb Kim at the plate. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Bell. It's grounded back up the middle and through to center field for a 1-out base hit. And I will announce the PA as well, as you will hear in the mic.
Okay, so you said that
Now batting number 13, Isaac Quintanilla.
And Isaac Quintanilla, the 9-hole batter, will come to the plate, playing first base here today. 0 for 2 officially, walked and scored in the 3rd, and he had a big double play, not to his pleasure, with the bases loaded back in the 5th, where he ended the inning. Could have given the Biscuits some extended insurance runs at the time, and those came back. I said it at the time, actually, with that double play, that double play could come back to haunt them, and keep that in mind later on in this game. And, well, here we are, bottom of the 8th, 9-8, and that double play right now, all the difference right now with the Bucks in front, as that will find the zone, make it 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Man at first in Caleb Kim. Bottom of the 8th. Bucks in front, 9-8, 9 runs, 13 hits, 1 error to the Biscuits, 8 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. Been a back-and-forth barn-burner baseball game here today. 17 combined runs and maybe some more coming our way, as it's been a lot of fun here today from LA Valley College. Remember, Biscuits are the home team in this one, as the game was supposed to be played on their field at Chaffee. As that's upstairs, throw back to first again. It's not going to be in time. Make the count 2-1 in favor of Quintanilla.
Yeah, sorry about that brief step away from the mic. Had to take a phone call in regarding my vehicle, as I had to take it in to Firestone today. Had to take an Uber here to LA Valley, but now I got to figure out how to get back, as that's going to be not a double play, as they are going to, okay, so it looks like they are going to call out, that was Kim, because they're going to rule interference on that. Okay, no, ruling it that he dropped on the transfer, so Kim is safely aboard at second, and off to first base goes Quintanilla, and now Levi Fox will step up to the plate.
So what, 2 outs?
As there is only 1 out.
Two outs, because there's a strikeout, the first batter. There's 2 outs now.
Correct. Well, now I am confused, but I thought Kim would be safe at second.
They're discussing it in the umpires. Did he drop it on a transfer, or did he drop it on a catch? I thought he dropped it on a catch.
So anyways, yeah, taking a call, having car troubles. We've all been there with our cars, and we're unsure of what the call is going to be. And
Now
yep,
batting number 3, Levi Fox.
so Caleb Kim is out at second base, and Levi Fox will now step up to the plate, as there are 2 outs on a crazy situation. And the first pitch to Fox is a strike. So Quintanilla is aboard on the fielder's choice. And that pitch is going to get away from Sider, and motoring his way to second base is Quintanilla, as the count is 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. There are 2 outs. as Quintanilla is at second base. Colin Bell takes a few looks back behind him. Nobody's covering second, so he's not going to worry about Quintanilla. Now Panarisi steps on second, but it comes up where that they're not going to make the throw. And here's the pitch, which is high, and that will make the count 1-2.
2-1.
2-1, my bad. I don't know why I keep doing that, but the count is 2-1. It's been a long day. It's hot. We're all tired. Here's the 2-1, and now make the count 3-1. As we'll be back to the top of the order, and Braden France will be up, as the Biscuits are trying to either tie this game or retake the lead. And the pitch, that's right down the middle for strike 2. Full count on our hands, 2 outs. Anything can happen here on this next pitch. Colin Bell looking to finish off Fox. Fox is officially 0 for 0 as he walked in the 6th inning, which was his first plate appearance, as he took over for Tommy Hernandez. And this is Levi Fox, to be correct. And that pitch is well outside for ball 4. And off to first base goes Levi Fox. Back to the top of the order we go, and Braden France.
Now batting number 25, Braden France.
2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 8th, 9-8, and Braden France coming to the plate, the leadoff hitter. He's reached base 3 times here today, 2 by walk and 1 by error. Let's see if he can get a big-time hit, or can the Bucks get out of this jam with Bell on the mound?
As the first pitch to Braden is inside for ball number 1. So Quintanilla at second, Fox at first. France is at the plate. Go-ahead run at first, tying run at second. And that nearly hits France in the helmet. He ducks out of the way. And we are going to have a mound visit as Coach Bobby wants to talk things over with Colin, who isn't usually a pitcher.
And I assume a pitching change will occur here with
That's a better phrase.
2 on and 2 out and a 2-0 count. Maybe not. Maybe they'll talk to Bell and just try to calm him down and get this third out. Wondering who will be the final pitcher. Maybe Zach Mora. Big situation here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, I know. We don't have very many pitchers. Like, we don't even have Matthew Leiterman available, as he is in the dugout today, but he's not dressed out as he's wearing shorts and his signature cowboy hat. But he was the starting pitcher 2 days ago, so yeah, he's getting a much well-deserved rest.
Yeah, he is, and a lot of Bucks players are also in Wisconsin right now for the Pirates, missing probably Escobedo, Anoy, Zanke, Mendoza, DePietro, obviously, Perrick. I mean, there's just a lot of pitchers right now that they don't have at their disposal.
Bell sets, and the 2-0 pitch is right in there for strike 1. So Bell trying to come back, put away this final batter, as the Bucks will take the plate for what they hope to be their last at-bat of the game. And the 2-1 pitch is high and away, make that 3-1. And the Biscuits on the verge of having the bases loaded yet again. Biscuits have led this game by as many as 7 runs, had a 7-0 lead going into the 4th inning, as that pitch will be right there for a strike to Braden France. Thought for sure he had himself the free pass. So a payoff pitch coming up with 2 outs. Runners will be off and moving with this next pitch. Bell sets. And there go the runners. The payoff pitch is swung on and missed. And what a huge strikeout by Colin Bell.
Colin Bell puts out the fire here in the bottom of the 8th and leaves 2 Biscuits runners on base as they get out of the 8th inning and they head to the 9th with a 1-run lead. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates here on this recording. We'll be back after this.
And we finally reached the 9th inning as Cider Cannon will step up to the plate as the Pro-Am Buccaneers will look to see if they can add any insurance going in to the bottom of the 9th. Cider takes a first pitch ball as back on the mound is Gerardo, and there's a fly to right fielder. Much easier play this time for the right fielder, who, as much as I would like to give you a name who it is, the Biscuits have been changing their players all over, and we can't quite see. So that is Jake Brown playing right field, as we do have confirmation, and that was a much easier play for Jake Brown there.
Yeah, we know he can swing with the bat, but he's costing his Biscuits in the field right now. 2 costly balls that could have been caught in right field right now being the difference in this ball game to the pleasure of the Bucks as they take a 1-run lead. Let's see if they can grab some more insurance here in the top of the 9th. What a crazy game it's been. So many twists and turns. And let's see who strikes next.
As Carger does not quite get over the head of Clay Porter playing shortstop. And that'll be 2 away. And Tucker Panarisi will be up to bat, as that was Caleb Kim, I believe, at second base who made the play. So 2 away. Tucker Panarisi is up as Gerardo trying to get out of this inning by giving his team a chance to give his Bucks a chance to come back, being only down by 1 run.
Ooh, you have somebody warming up.
We do have somebody warming up in the bullpen.
Might be Enrique.
As there's a pitch inside.
Troy?
As we're speculating that it is Troy May warming up in the bullpen. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's another inside. That's another pitch inside. 3-0 the count now to Tucker. And I would imagine he takes 3-0 here. He does, and take 3-0, take the free pass.
The only time this team takes 3-0 has been obvious. All 4.
Now batting number 9, Ryder Gordon.
And now Ryder Gordon steps up to the plate with a runner at first and 2 away.
So you guys can announce on the live stream that the scoreboard has been up and down. But don't blame him. It has been too many jobs in here for
And the pitch. And that's going to be high and away for ball number 1. So 5th consecutive ball thrown by Alex Gerardo. trying to get out of this inning with his team only down a run, give his team a better chance to come back.
It's just that I'm over.
And the 1-0 pitch
Too long day.
is fouled away. Make the count even up at 1-1.
They're winning now? Losing?
So 1-1 is the count. Ryder Gordon is officially 1 for 2. Had a single and a ground out. Took over in the game in the 6th inning, and he'll take ball number 2.
I'm assuming if Nate comes in the pitch, Bell will go back to right field and they'll move Olvera to first base.
2-1 coming up. Gerardo sets. And the pitch is in there for a base hit. And Ryder Gordon continues to have a hot bat.
Giving that a hit?
Yes. And so runners are now at first and second. 2 are still out. Tucker goes over to second.
Now batting number 26, Troy May.
And Troy May is stepping up to the plate.
Bucks not going quietly here in the top of the ninth, trying to get some big-time insurance runs as Ryder Gordon stays red hot with his bat. Another base hit, second one on the day. And a quick update in Wisconsin, the Pirates are leading 5-4 in, I think, the 7th inning. So, fun game there.
As Troy May goes after the first pitch he sees, that's going deep to center field. But Braden France has it on the move. That will end the inning as, again, having to watch the outfielders to tell you whether it's going yard or not.
Great running catch right there from France in center field. He made it look a lot easier than it actually was. 3 outs here in the 9th. The Bucks get 2 runners on base, 1 hit. They leave 2 runners stranded, and they do not score. It's final call. Bottom of the 9th. Bucks 9, Biscuits 8. Come back. We'll be right back on recording. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates.
And we have finally made it to the bottom of the ninth inning. Buccaneers lead it by a score of 9-8. Troy May coming on to pitch. He has pitched 1 inning, has allowed 2 hits, 1 run. That was earned, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. And he delivers a strike to the first batter he sees, which is number 2, Clay Porter. And now that will make the count 1-1. So Troy May, not really used to seeing him pitch, and he's coming on in a tight situation here.
Yeah, not used to pitching, and he's going to try to be the closer here of record and give Bell the win. Not going to be easy against a good Biscuits lineup, and especially against the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. But as we know, the Bucks find ways to win ball games. Can they do it once again here today? 1-2.
1-2 your count now, as Porter fouls that pitch away. Troy May sets, and the right-hander gets ready to deliver. And that's going to be a leadoff line out right into the glove of Tucker Panarisi. And that is out number 1.
Jake Brown.
And now Jake Brown steps up to the plate, as that is out number 25 for the Bucks. Biscuits, they did not want to find themselves in this situation. They thought for certain throughout the whole game that there was not going to be a bottom of the 9th inning. But the Bucks made them pay for it by coming back from 7 runs down.
Yeah, not going to be good. Kind of like going to school and you get a substitute teacher, but at the end of the day, he still gives you homework. It's just nothing that you expected, but you have to deal with and see if the Biscuits have any last fight in them. And Troy May trying to finish this thing off. What a comeback effort today from the Bucks, trailing by as much as 7-0. And yet here we are, 2 outs away from finding themselves on a 9-game winning streak and inching very close to a number 1 overall seed in the Pro-Am playoffs, and they can clinch that number 1 seed by a win on Sunday afternoon.
2-1 is the count now, as May gets set. Here is the 2-1 pitch, and that's going to bounce into the glove of Cider Cannon. He is the 3rd catcher today, as it started out with Dominic Cervantes behind the plate. Then Alex Olvera took over, and Cider Cannon is now catching the balls and strikes. And that will be ball 4. Off to first base goes Jake Brown, and Wyatt Duncan will now step up to the plate
Number 28, Wyatt Duncan.
as the Bucks look to have any kind of last-ditch effort here. And I bet Wyatt wants to end it right here with 1 swing of the bat to see if he could possibly drive one out into the outfield.
Duncan a chance right here, being the potential go-ahead winning run.
As he gets a base hit right there with 1 swing of the bat, he represents the winning run now at second base. And the Biscuits will not go away. Now catcher David Loera will step up to the plate.
Now batting number 21, David Loera.
So the Biscuits not going away that easily, as the tying run is now into scoring position, winning run at first base. As that was just a good, sharp grounder from Wyatt Duncan to get past a diving Carson Panarisi. And the first pitch to Loera is high for ball number 1. David goes through the signs with his third base coach, as the 1-0 pitch is ready to be delivered by Troy May. Here it is. And that's low and outside, ball 2. Two 2-0 your count. Loera playing catcher today. Officially 2-4-4. And the 2-0 pitch is grounded but foul.
I got Loera 1 for 3.
Same.
So Loera is 1 for 3. Yep, I made a mistake as I was writing in the wrong section of my scoring book. Gotta always love that. And here is the 2-1 pitch. And that'll be right in there for a strike. 2-2 your count now. As Troy May trying to get the save. Trying to give Colin Bell the win. As this Buccaneers team does not quit. They never ring the bell. Here's the 2-2. And that curve just stayed a little bit high. And that will make the count full with 1 out. I thought for sure he had rung him up and froze him like a statue on that one play. On that one pitch. May sets. Here's the payoff pitch. And that is flied deep into left field. And Carger's got it. And unable to tag were the runners. And that was a huge out right there. As it's now up to Nakoa Sioux to try and extend this game. Huge out, number 2 right there.
Monstrous out right there. 3-2 pitch. Back against the wall, and he gets the fly out to fairly deep left center field, and Carter, nice running grab, and the base runners I thought should have done a little better job of maybe trying to tag.
As the first pitch is low and away to Nakoa Sioux. So it all rides on his bat. If the Biscuits want to have a chance to come away with the win and end their struggles and get into the playoffs. Here's, and the 1-0 pitch is high and away for ball number 2. So 2-0 the count to Sioux. And the 2-0 pitch. Make it 3-0. So Sioux doing a good job having, it's 3-0. Having a good job at good eyesight at the plate. Always like to say good eye, trying to get these bases loaded. Bring the winning run over to second base if he can draw a walk. And the 3-0 pitch. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk. That will load the bases. And it'll be up to Aaron Klopfenstein to see if he can bring this thing home.
Now batting number 26, Aaron Klopfenstein.
Bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th inning of a 1-run ball game. This is what it all comes down to.
Yeah, you live for moments like this. Can the Bucks come away with another win, or can the Biscuits be heroes? We're going to find out right here and now.
As the first pitch to Klopfenstein is in there for strike 1. Winning run at second base. Winning run in scoring position. 1 base hit could end it all right here. 2 outs. That'll even up the count. 1-1. As we are in the bottom of the 9th inning, we can also do one last social media plug. As you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at V County Pirates. V County Pirates Baseball on TikTok. And that's going to be fouled away. So 1 strike away now are the Buccaneers from completing this epic comeback that they've had. They were down by as many as 7 runs going in to the 4th inning. They trailed 7-0. But they have made that look like a thing of the past. As Troy May sets, bases are loaded. 2 outs. Here's the 1-2. And that is just outside. And that will put 2s across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Brown is at third. Duncan at second. Sioux at first.
Come on, Troy. Get yours.
And here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And that is your ball game. The Buccaneers win it by a score of 9-8. They complete the comeback. Troy May gets the save, and they stay red hot.
Incredible game, so many big moments. The Bucks just find new ways to win ball games, and they just continue to get clutch hits, clutch outs on the field and on the mound when they need it. And this team will never quit, never go away. And we found that here out even more so here today as they continue this epic winning streak, as they've now won 9 games in a row. And Troy May, what composure to get that strikeout with the bases loaded right there. And the Bucks, it doesn't matter who's on the field, they're putting in their best effort forward, and they find guys that know how to win games, and they play for each other, and that's the best kind of way to play as they continue to win.
So the Buccaneers don't continue to not ring the bell. They find themselves down 7-0. They say no big deal. We come back, win it by a score of 9-8. Final score: Buccaneers have 9 runs on 13 hits and 1 error. Biscuits 8 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Winning today will be Colin Bell. Troy May gets the save. And losing will be Alex Gerardo. And Adam and I will be back in Long Beach on Sunday. You looking forward to that one, Adam?
Yes, can't wait. Going to be a hot one, doubleheader, and we'll be on that call. It's a big game, though. It will determine the #1 overall seed for the Pro-Am playoffs. So, big game against the I think it's Orange County Legends on Sunday. Or Long Beach.
And
There's 3 Legends.
And the Buccaneers will take on the Long Beach Legends on Sunday. We'll have that for you on YouTube. Not sure if it's going to be live or recorded. One of those games, I think, will be live. And that will determine first base. So, final score: Buccaneers win it by a score of 9-8. We thank you for listening to this recording of Buccaneer Baseball of the Pro-Am League. For Adam Glick, I'm Dave D'Amico, and everybody who works behind the scenes, we're saying so long, and we'll see you next time.